on this podium, at this podium as a Republican. I joined the Republican Party last fall. I've been an independent. I've always felt more Republican to Libertarian in heart, but I joined the party. I don't want a third party to complicate things. Years ago I voted for Perot, and I know my husband told me at the time I was wasting my vote. I will not, still won't acknowledge that, but I am afraid of a third party, and that's one reason I'm entering this race. I want to come out with a message. We need to have Republicans regain the Congress. So, thank you.
Hello, and if I got past Ralph and Ken, you probably guessed I'm a Republican candidate for the 8th District. And I want to thank you, committee, panelists, folks that gave up a beautiful Saturday to come for the opportunity to interview the position to represent the voters in the 8th District in the House of Representatives. Now, like my friends here, I'm not a politician. I'm a patriot who's running for Congress because I'm concerned about our great country. The news reports, the print media, everything we see is full of billion-dollar spending projects we're supposed to believe are budget neutral, budget overruns, bailouts, inflation fears, waste and fraud, and union set-asides. To all the above, I say enough is enough. Enough debt, enough spending, enough taxes, and enough unemployment. These are not the things that made us great. These are not the things that will keep us free. It's a critical time in America. We can all sense that. The federal government is trampling over its set forth limits in the Constitution on a regularly and hourly basis. There is much to do and much to undo in Washington. I ask you to hire me November 2010, July 20th, 2010, a small business owner, foster parent for Covenant Care Services, a wife of 30 years, and a mom of high school kids. I ask you to hire me to represent you as we work together to save America. Thank you.
I'm going to take a prerogative here. I'm afraid I didn't give Brother Kim the full time. We didn't have a wardrobe malfunction. We had a time malfunction. So, brother, I'm going to ask you to start over and lay down a new track.
That's okay. I'll just finish up where I left off. As I was just saying, it's time that we made a difference in the people's house in Washington. It is the people's house, and we are we the people. And it's time that we had we the people back in control of the house. It's time to take professional politicians out of our house and let us represent ourselves. We have a lot of common sense. We know how to make things work. We know how to live in a budget. It's time that we started putting Congress back on notice that we are coming to take our house back. So I ask you to join with me and help us take the house back and help us make a difference in our society, in our communities in 2010. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Marie?
When you're elected to Congress, what committee do you want to be on and why?
What committee I want to be on elected to Congress? Well, there's several of them that are what they call power, but that's not what I'm after. I want to be on the committee of maybe the Education Committee because I believe education is important for the future of our economy and for jobs. And we need a better educated workforce because we have a better educated workforce. We have a better economy, we have more jobs that we can fill. The future is technology, and we need more math and science so that these students can compete in technology, so that we can keep up with the economies that are going to grow strong in the future, and that is technology. And that's what I'd like to be on, education.
Well, I think the number one most important issue that we face as a nation and in the state of Georgia is jobs, without question. You know, our unemployment rate here in the state of Georgia is 10%. It's as high as 15% in some counties in this district. And so any committee that's going to address a way to lower taxes or reduce the regulatory burden on businesses, any committee that's talking about a well-prepared workforce for any upcoming jobs we need in the future, and a committee that is going to create an atmosphere that encourages job expansion and unleashes the innovative power of the American spirit, then that's the committee I want to be on.
Well, I believe that this health care bill has gone through two committees, come through from two committees, one of which was Congress. and in the event I would want to be on that committee. I think the Commerce Clause and the Constitution has been misused, and I really would like to be on that committee. And education is of interest to me, of course, too, as an adult educator. I have concerns.
And Marie, I'd like to be on one of two committees. The first would be Ways and Means. I am a huge fair tax supporter to move from taxing income to taxing consumption. And also I'm concerned about the cap and trade taxes that may be coming through the Senate, have already been approved in the House, as well as the health care bill. If they do pass it through tomorrow, I'd love to be in that committee and stop the tax increases that go along with it. In addition, the Armed Services Committee would be near and dear to my heart, to the 8th District. We have the 27,000 plus folks at the U.S. Air Force Base, and they represent hundreds of thousands of families across our great country. And looking at the entire life cycle of an officer, of a military man, of a military woman, supporting them, the families here, supporting them when they come back, best tools, best technology, best leaders. Influence of that would be one of my top choices as well.
Okay, and if you haven't turned off your cell phone, please do that. Go ahead.
Okay, Valerie, I think as number 2, this one will start with you. Should we offer some form of amnesty to illegal aliens currently residing in the United States? Why or why not?
No, we should not offer illegal aliens amnesty. We should not. And in fact, 2 of the things we need to do right away are end birthright citizenship for illegals, because a lot of times they come across the border to have their children, and then their children are American citizens. So we need to end that. And then we also need to end any welfare programs for illegal aliens, illegal citizens here in the United States.
I'm opposed to amnesty for illegal aliens. We have a legal means for immigrants to come into this country, and that should be upheld. And I am against anchor babies as well. I think they should not automatically get citizenship.
Yes, agreed completely. The word illegal is the first piece of that will get my attention. I also like to see E-Verify across the country. We do a good job of it in Georgia. 43% that we know of the illegal families here receive welfare subsidies of some type. That is a huge drain on our system and a load that achieving Americans are going to have difficulty carrying, not only today, but as those numbers grow into the future.
No, I do not agree with giving kind of amnesty to illegal aliens. I believe that there are several things like our friends have already stated that we need to stop. When children are born here to illegal aliens, they do not get citizenship. That's something that needs to be stopped. Also, the use of them being on welfare rolls and getting subsidies, that needs to come to an end also. And also, we need to start looking at corporations that hire them and employ them and say that's some of the problems too. Some of our corporations and some of our entities around here still employ them, knowing full well that they're illegal aliens, and we need to put a stop to that also.
Diane, this one's for you to start off with. From where does Congress receive power, and can you name all those or some of those defined powers?
In the event, I believe it comes from God. And I believe one of the worst things that's happened to us is our allowing individuals to have us take out of the classroom, 10 Commandments becoming an issue. It does not come from man. Our rights come from God. And the second part of your question.
Can you define some of those powers?
Well, as far as powers, I would say to the federal government, power to protect us as a group from any type of military invasion. Power to look after our welfare, but not an invasive one that crosses over our civil liberties.